What is up, everyone? So today we have a guest. Her name is Laura. Hi.
Hi.
She's been on the podcast before, talking about her not so addiction to books, I guess. Of like,
No,
no.
definitely not.
Remember last time we spoke, you were reading a lot, like consuming all the knowledge and stuff.
Yeah, that's tough.
And
And I guess you'll know why.
yeah, that's true. I mean, that's your. I guess we can just quickly. I said we were going to do a special kind of themed episode because you brought an interesting topic. So, but before that, how's it going? How's the whole master's thesis or whatever you're working on?
Um, I'm trying my best. I mean, it's very difficult to find time. And the quarantine is not helping it. Yeah, but I'll manage somehow. I still have like 2 months, so it's okay.
Oh, well, I guess that's fair. Anyway, so today's topic, as I said, addiction to books, addiction to games. I don't know how you feel with what's your relationship with games currently, but I've heard that you got into Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or something.
Yeah, I did. Um, I was a big fan of Vice City before, and I was like a big stan. And whenever someone would say, "Oh, you should try San Andreas," I would say, "No, it's Vice City all the way." But you try it once and then you can't stop. So now I'm into San Andreas.
True. I had a friend who was also like very much into Vice City. Who would not try anything else. Meanwhile, I don't think I've tried Vice City, which is
You haven't? Oh my God.
yeah, I don't think so. But anyway, so today's topic, or rather today's theme, is the GTA and another thing we discussed with Oscar. So Oscar's here too. Uh,
Hello.
we
Hello.
do you remember what I said our topic could kind of be for today?
Oh wow.
No,
No?
it's the timelessness of things. Um, it's like so I'm realizing that, for example, Laura is discovering the story of GTA just now, right? Which, I mean, what does that mean, just now? Uh, in a sense, it's just like the game has been out. Let me see when it was actually released and stuff.
In 2004, I think.
2004, yeah, so that's like almost 20 years, right?
Yeah.
But then you discover a story which is still enjoyable, and I guess this could also be tied to books and movies and other kind of things. Like we read uh, Romeo and Juliet. When was that story created?
16th century,
16th century.
I
Yeah,
think.
that's like
Something like that.
it's mental. So yeah, how are you finding it? What are your first thoughts of the whole gang life out there?
Um, okay, so as you said, I am just discovering San Andreas. I will make one thing clear. I tried to play San Andreas when I was like 9 or 10, perhaps 10. Nothing was legal back then. Everything was downloaded, so I had to be either 10 or 11,
Hmm.
but it would just crash. When CJ gets the bike, uh, like in the first couple of seconds, the game would crash, so I could never play it.
Oh, I remember I had the same thing when I was also kind of around that age, but I played GTA 3 actually, and I
Mm.
would there's like a cutscene, or in the beginning the car is crossing the bridge, and once I would get out or get into the car, the game would crash. I wonder when that game was released. GTA 3, 2001. Wow, not not so. Yeah, so did they take like 3 years to make San Andreas? That's mad.
And when
Wait,
was Vice City made?
Vice City was made in 2002.
So
What? That is
Nin-
mental.
1986.
kind
2002.
of the story, perhaps.
That is mental. Like they were managing to like push out these games one after the other, fast and stuff. Now we're waiting for GTA 6 because GTA 5 was
Huh.
released 8 years ago. And obviously, you know, the production is bigger. You have more kind of like.
Oh my god, I am so old. Like oh my god. Okay, sorry. It's 8 years, right?
It's so weird. Even the latest GTA was released like 8 years ago, right? It's mental. But yeah, I think we talked about that with Oscar. And Oscar, did you play San Andreas yourself much?
I played it a couple of times at a friend's place when I was a kid. Don't remember much of it. I played a lot of Vice City, actually. I don't remember much of it either, though, because it was a long time ago. I played it on my portable PlayStation. Yeah.
Damn, the freaking Vice City gang around here.
Vice City was one of the first games that I actually got from my friend when I first got a computer. And at first we didn't know how to get into cars, you know. You need to press enter or the F key. And we would just jump on the cars and ride around. Because why not?
Damn. Yeah, I remember doing that, and then when GTA 4 was it GTA 4 that came out, and I've tried the same strategy. It wouldn't work because they programmed this thing where if you're on someone's car, they just shake you off somehow.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, that was big sad. I was big sad when I find that out. Um, but I think GTA somehow defined my childhood. It's weird. I guess it's weird to even catch myself saying this stuff, but I feel like I partly grew up in Grove Street. It like
Home.
yeah, Grove Street home, right? It's funny, but like you realize that you go home after school, the school's boring. Uh, you don't have many friends around in that neighborhood where I was. Like, there's no like uh, yeah, I don't go to the city, so it's like it's not too many people to hang out with. I just, boot up the game and just like chill in there. Yeah, I spent so many hours playing that thing. Like I couldn't even. Damn, yeah. Um, it's mental. Another thing is that this game was actually not like GTA San Andreas itself, but Grand Theft Auto series were created in Dundee, the city that we're currently in. Oscar, is that true?
I believe so. First one, at least.
Because I think
Pretty nice.
Rockstar founded or something.
North.
North, right?
I think so. Yeah.
It's just weird. You see, it says like, oh, never mind, December 1998 in New York, but that's Rockstar Games. Rockstar North was even earlier, 1984 in Dundee. Yeah, exactly. So they kind of supposedly some students from our rival university just created a game or whatever they did, right?
And what a game it was.
Yeah, I mean that was quite something. Like thinking about it, right? Like we should also be able to do something like that, Oscar. Like, come on, man. We're computer scientists. We should have the ability to, just like get in and
Yeah.
like create something. But I don't know. What do you think was the selling point? Like why? Maybe that's a question for Laura. Then, like, what do you think this game has so that people enjoyed so much and stuff?
I don't know. It's kind of addictive, you know. There's a story. You're driving around. You're learning of new places. Like you're literally opening new places, right? At first, the bridges are closed. Then you know they are open, and you can go somewhere else. Maybe that's the exploration. In a way, you know, there's no people around, and you can just go and play. There's no need to go anywhere.
Hmm. So like the
And
sort
then you
of
know,
open world
yeah.
in a sense,
And
kind
then
of.
there's GTA Online where people are literally playing,
Oh,
kind of meeting
true.
people, but not really. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it did kind of, I don't want to say pioneer because I don't have much knowledge of what the, other games were kind of around. And
Yeah, I don't want to say anything like that either because perhaps someone else did it first.
yeah,
But,
like
like
when you think
the game is
about
great.
RPGs, right? All those kind of, I don't know, let's see, when was Gothic released? Gothic
2001.
yeah, something like 2006, 2000, whatever.
Oh,
But yeah, from, let's say, from around that age, you do have, yeah, Gothic 2001. You're right. Uh, you do have these games where you kind of fight some orcs, uh, ride a horse or whatever. Run around, slay enemies with your sword, meet people, uh, and it's like you do already have this kind of RPG genre, but then it's all these medieval times, or even like fantastic beasts or whatever it all is, right? Like a period that doesn't exist. I also think this GTA kind of appealed to people because it's like it's closer to home. It's like you kind of know this stuff. Um, have you noticed the radio stations?
Have I noticed the radio stations? Yes.
Yeah, like any special things about them?
Um, well, yeah. In San Andreas, the one that you know, the the news on the radio they change, like according to the story that's happening.
Hmm.
When Tenpenny is shot, oh, oops, spoiler alert. So the news literally mentioned that, officer, blah blah.
Yeah.
And in Vice City, the radio is so great that you're literally quoting it, and then you're not playing the game anymore, but you still remember everything, and you're talking to a friend, and they say something, and it's like, I know where this is from. When I was in Uganda, people were poor, but people were happy. The more you have, the less you have.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I kind of do remember those weird ads from San Andreas too.
Yeah.
What was it like? Something about poor people, something about like these weird radical things where like
Hmm.
it's just too funny. Again, I couldn't quote a single one, but there was even a quite a lengthy video essay done. Again, I couldn't pinpoint who that was, but they spotted uh, quite some neat things about how, sadly, GTA's radio has changed from this. Um, like I think we even talked about this with Oscar, that it's almost like it's a real radio inside a
right.
game, right? When it just has, like I remember we were just chilling and I played that music, or rather played the recording of the game radio just as a music piece behind, like in the background, right? It's mental. Like the
Yeah.
it has its own character. Like my most favorite one was KDST. It's where
Hmm.
Axl Rose, the singer from Guns N' Roses, voices this guy Tommy the Nightmare Smith, and
Hmm.
he like talks about, you know successfully abusing women, and doing drugs and doing other kind of stuff like stealing hairspray and like whatever the hell like it all was. But it's just like, so it has a character, right? It's meant to be funny, but like when you think about how much work it actually went into developing something that is so, what it should just blend in the background, right? If you're driving a car around San Andreas and you have the radio station on, or if you have it off, let's say, you wouldn't even notice this. But I would imagine
Yeah.
there's so much work that got into it, and it's
I
like,
always think uh, that they had to pay a lot of money because
Mm.
everything's copyrighted, and they are playing good music. It's not like they are just using those random sound bites from YouTube, where you can
yeah,
use it copyright free.
that's true. Like, like Cyberpunk had a deal with Keanu Reeves, let's say, and I heard that supposedly that because he was passionate about the project, he cut a better deal to CD Project Red, the developers, right? And he didn't ask for the full price that he would be paid if he was starring in a movie. So he did his main character in Cyberpunk. But here you have like, again, it's only the voice of him, but like Axl Rose.
But Axl Rose also sings. There is a song by Guns N' Roses on Radio X. Is it Welcome to the Jungle, I think?
Ooh. Probably.
Something like that. I don't remember. But yeah.
That's mental. Like you get all these people, and then every radio station has its characters.
The same as like in Vice City. The music's great, and I can't imagine how much they had to pay for it, because they definitely had to.
I would imagine. I'm just looking around, these radio, and like, yeah, Radio X, CSR, KJ West, the reggae music, hosted by Marshall Peters. Like, yeah, it has these people from real life who are kind of, I don't know, stars in that or whatever. But
the job of the creative director for creating the radio for a GTA game must be like a dream job for them. I bet.
Man, that's true though.
Imagine the freedom there, the creative freedom.
Another good one was from GTA 4, the Journey radio, where the whole idea of the radio station is that the DJ.
They're playing the song by the Journey.
What? No, the DJ is a robot, and then like it talks about all sorts of weirdnesses, like, I don't know, like just talks about weird simulation theories, or I don't know, like irrelevance, or being too old, being too young, laughing at people when they like perform mundane tasks of like, well, whatever. But it's like, I think that's the only one that I remember clearly from GTA 4. Other than that, I think they slowly became less and less unique, the radio stations, over the games of Grand Theft Auto. Just like weird, man. What about the story itself? I wonder if it has any roots in. I mean, it should have, right? So you start off as CJ. Well, you start off as like you play the game as CJ. Yeah.
He comes back home to the Grove Street home because he left before, but now his mom's dead.
You're right. And then he kind of gets involved with all that gang life then.
Yeah.
Is that I mean, no, wait, so I was like, is that Los Angeles? But then when you think about the maps,
I looked into the maps, because when I first started playing, I was like, this looks kind of familiar, but no, not really. So basically, it's not a city, but it's a mix. It's
of 3 cities.
It's Los Angeles, it's San Francisco, Las Vegas, and I think something else, but I don't remember.
You even have the Nevada desert with Area 51 and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the map currently, the way it looks. Yeah, the games, like, come on, damn, it's just mental how, they are able to create non-existent locations that don't exist in real life, and then they
look like they do.
Yeah.
But no, not really.
Yeah, true. And then they just morph it all together. Now that I'm looking at it from a bit further up, with looking at the map image, it's not all that big. Maybe it just looks like, it looks like I would. Damn, I remember I would get lost in that city.
Big, but when you start driving, it's like it takes you a couple minutes. And I recently learned that, you can fly between cities, which is really cool.
Yeah,
But
enter the
the
airport
music
and
that's
stuff.
playing is kind of scary. They're playing basically Leonard Skinner, which
Hmm.
is a band that a couple of their members died in a plane crash, so it's kind of ironic.
What?
I was like,
Damn.
is this really happening now?
Gee.
But yeah, I think personally it's very big. Compared to Vice City, it's huge. Um, Vice City, I don't know, you can drive there with your
Yeah,
eyes
what was Vice City's map then?
closed. So there are also 3 locations, just a little bit different. At first, you start in a main city.
Hmm.
Then the island is open, and then later on you get to another city with the
Oh,
airport.
right. Now I see the. Yeah, I see this one. Little Havana. Hmm.
Yeah, but the biggest difference is, when you get to those illegal cities, so to say, in San Andreas, you're constantly getting, followed by police. You're under arrest, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Vice City, you can actually, you cannot swim there, but you can take a boat and just go there, and it's okay. You're fine as
Mm-hmm.
long as you don't need to go anywhere.
Right. GTA. Let's say GTA 4 map because GTA 4. I remember, I did not realize that all the way until like last year that one of the locations is literally just Manhattan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. If you have a Google nearby, just yeah, I just look at it and it's like, man, it makes so much sense. You can see Broadway, you can see the Sixth Avenue, you can see Central Park even. How would I never, like, it's weird. These
You
maps.
probably didn't even know what
Yeah,
uh, Manhattan looked like,
true. Just like never even realizing this. That's so much creative freedom too though. Just like Oscar said about like the radios, right? Imagine what the map designers had to
But
like.
they do have some sort of, boundaries. Like, as you say, there's Manhattan. They cannot completely demolish every building and just start building, I don't know, small houses.
Hmm.
So I think there are boundaries.
Yeah, they are taking some references and like rooted in reality and stuff, etc. But
Yeah, and I think that's what makes the game great.
I haven't played it in quite a while though. But it's weird, like how fast. I mean, yeah, it has been quite a few years, but how fast all the graphics, uh, how fast all the graphics improve, physics engines and everything, and how quickly, I guess, we just get used to the new norm of the new quality, the new high
Yeah,
fidelity.
very fast. I was playing Vice City and then I decided to start playing San Andreas, and going back to Vice City was impossible because even walking is different,
Hmm.
and it takes some time to get used to it.
Yeah, it just
But then you start playing San Andreas again, and it's difficult again. It's like it's crazy.
yeah. So I wonder about timelessness, just as we mentioned, right? How, like, is anyone gonna discover these games? After like 200 years, just be like, oh hey, look, this is San Andreas. What is this? Is there even gonna
Maybe
be games in that time?
if they find, a working laptop from 2020 with some games still working, perhaps.
They might not even have laptops, right? They would just like have some brain
Exactly.
interface like Neuralink. You would connect up to something and it would just pump the. Would there even be stories then? Because I was gonna say like, oh, it's gonna just pump the all the data from the story into your brain so that you would instantly get it all. But then who would be creating these, or would you even need that? What if you can like directly interact with the dopamine receptors and just
Mhm. I think we'll just live in a virtual reality of all other people on Earth and
That's what I thought.
have our normal lives, but like on a fantasy level, and then keep switching the fantasy to different scenarios to keep it interesting.
it's like San Junipero.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was that?
Have you seen it,
Black
Laura? It's from
Mirror.
Black Mirror. Yeah, one of
Mhm.
the episodes. San
It's the
Junipero.
episode where old people have the chance to experience their lives as young people again.
Yeah, you can if when you're dying, you can upload yourself, or go the natural route of just disappearing, or you can upload yourself to this virtual reality, I guess, where you just live as a
Mhm.
uh, never aging young version of yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
In the
See if
city called
you
San Junipero.
see if you upload yourself and it's never really actually you again, like your soul or whatever.
Hmm.
But people will probably find comfort in thinking that their minds are really uploaded and they live on after they die. But it's not ever really them, and it actually doesn't. Showing that will replace
You
religion.
should watch the episode. I think you would get a different picture. It's like they experience things and they experience emotions. So
Right.
perhaps,
After they're uploaded.
yeah,
Or during when they're still alive, they can be connected up to it. So I
yeah,
wonder
change their lives or something.
I wonder what's the difference between, let's say, when you're still alive and then you're feeling it, or when when you actually pass and then you get uploaded. So who is that? What is that? What that got uploaded? Like,
There's a different episode we can also talk about here. So the movie Get Out.
Get Out. I don't think I've
Was that?
seen that.
You haven't?
Get
Then you
Out.
really should watch it. Uh, so basically, the premise is that uh, a black guy is dating a white woman, and they are going to visit her parents. And yeah, I think you should watch the movie. I cannot really say anything else. But
I've seen
then
the trailers for it. It looks crazy.
crazy things start happening.
Damn. Well,
The movie is great. Really, it's really good.
IMDb 7.7. It's 2000. Wow. Well, I guess I'm putting this in my watch list. This is. I've been looking for movies to watch. This seems
It's
like.
it's kind of on the same premise as San Junipero,
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit different. But yeah,
I have to try it for sure.
I don't want to spoil anything because it's really intense and
Okay. No, that's fair. I wonder if it's like if I'd be uploaded, right? Or we like upload ourselves to some sort of a who's the architect? Who create like I don't know if I'd want to live in, let's say, San Andreas or let's say GTA 5's map and stuff, right?
Right.
Because if you get uploaded, right, you don't just copy the existing world.
or perhaps you can start swimming to another game. Who knows?
Damn, just morphing, like just connecting a few games together.
Yeah. Perhaps it's the whole, like, I don't know. It's like an arena full of games and you're there. You can go from one game to another. Or maybe it's just a cult and someone is just controlling you at all times.
Yeah. I spent so much time trying to swim to the boundaries of GTA 5 and
What
never
happens?
found anything. Nothing. She just keeps swimming and
So
yeah, I don't know what happens after a while. You don't see the shore anymore, and then you don't know if you're swimming any farther or if you're stuck in place.
damn, I know that in some games, they turn you around or do whatever.
Yeah. There's a game where you get like a sea monster that like eats you and I don't know what happens after that. You respawn, I think.
Oh. Wait, so you say you played GTA 5 more?
Oh, I played loads of GTA 5, way too much. Played lots of GTA 4 than GTA 5, but I haven't played a GTA game in years now.
Mm.
But yeah, the open world aspect is like definitely, and the social aspect is also what keeps me playing. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at GTA Online, it's kind of happening. So perhaps you would build communities, and there would be, Grove
Yeah.
Street, and there would be big balls or something.
GTA 5 looks like it's become a freaking arcade at this point. What I've been seeing on YouTube, there's these mini games and everything. I don't know what people are doing there now. There's like tracks above cities that people are driving on, like doing weird jumps. And it's not even like real life, simulating real life anymore, just like some weird, crazy race car fantasy.
Damn. I mean, in a sense, it's good that it allows people to keep playing the same game, which would have been forgotten, you know.
Yeah, they are
Yeah, I
milking
mean,
GTA 5 a bit.
they're milking all GTA games, I think.
Mm.
Because even for San Andreas, there are, YouTube channels where they are uploading things people don't know. Like, people have been playing the game for years, and, they learned something new. Oh my god, I could have done this? Oh no.
Right.
I wonder when are they actually even working on another game now?
I think so.
My
But it'll be a while because obviously the model for games now is to just continuously update the same game over and over. Like Minecraft, GTA is doing that now. I mean, virtually every game is. I mean, COD is releasing consistently, I think.
Mm.
But obviously, GTA has picked up the update model and DLC model.
Yeah, because it has been like what 7 years, 8 years
Yeah.
since the release of it.
I wonder what is the timeline like? How long is there between different GTA games?
Yeah, I see that thing you sent me, the timeline, but it seems a bit weird. Like, did the games get released in like 1992 or whatever? It's
1961. What?
What kind of a game?
GTA Auto. No, Grand Theft Auto London, 1961. What is this?
oh, maybe they mean like you get transported to 1961 London. Because I mean, come on,
Right. Yeah.
Rockstar
Released in
Games,
1999.
yeah, Rockstar Games were like released in what not founded rather 1987 or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Wait, do I even have GTA? Let me see. Do I even have? No, I don't. Ah, yeah, I don't have GTA on my computer anymore. I used to go and play a bit. Um, it's GTA 5 has these three different kind of storylines, three different. It's always 3 for some reason, right? It's 3 cities. It's 3.
Yeah, that's the magical
The
number.
magical
Yeah,
number.
When we're
there's even God's number 3,
right.
What's that?
the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Oh,
Mm.
true. The Trinity.
Yep.
Now, there was a book I was reading when we were doing the games module, and it did say people love the number 3. And it seems like the perfect number for everything. For in games, anyway. But stories, probably.
Hmm. True. Well, yeah, I haven't played a GTA game in quite a while. Seems like I haven't played many games at all now. It's just preoccupied with that honors and other crap. But yeah, we're trying to get into something now. We're looking at Valheim, the new deal, the new stuff that's happening around. People play it, say it's good. It's like a PvE cooperation a co-op thing where you can play with people and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, so how many did you say? Two more months left in your degree, right?
Yeah. So I have 2 more months to play San Andreas, I guess.
What happens after that?
I just delete the game. No, I don't know. No. I'll continue. There's a lot to do. And I mean, I was looking into trying speed running. It seems
All
very
right.
fun. But like, I would
Mm.
try probably on Vice City, with the Japanese settings.
Japanese
What is
settings.
that?
Yeah, basically when you can transform the game into this. Then you basically do not see anything in English, just in Japanese. They are speaking in English, but all the subtitles and everything is in Japanese. And then you have so many cheats, like you can start, like I can start 2 missions at the same time, even if I am playing without this. But you can actually finish the missions in 2 seconds if you have that, because you can span 2 missions at the same time, basically. It's just a mod, so to say, and a very good one. And it seems very interesting. People manage to finish the game. Well, it depends on the objective, but if you just want to get to the end, they can do it in just a few minutes.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
spending
it's fun. They
so
have
much
those,
time.
yeah, competitions, and the record for speed running in San Andreas belongs to a Lithuanian dude. So
Really?
there's that. Yeah.
Damn,
But he doesn't
guys are
speedrun
playing.
anymore.
Stop playing this game. Yeah, I remember I spent so much time actually playing San Andreas when I was a kid. I couldn't. With most of the games that I used to play, I wouldn't like go through the whole story because I was so small then. Like I wouldn't even probably understand half of the things what happening. I remember the main missions which I thought were rigged is the mission where the lowrider you need to dance with the lowriders. There was another mission where you
It
need
is
to.
rigged. Actually, since my game was from Steam, Steam has some weird settings for lowrider, and basically whenever you press down, it actually means that you're pressing up. So I had to switch, work with the settings.
Oh, yeah, but for
So
me it was
perhaps
like I
your
don't
game was
remember why.
rigged.
The idea is more than like I just could never pass the mission. Whatever I did, however well I danced with the car or whatever, they would just be like I couldn't pass the mission. The next mission I could never pass was the one where you just need to drive in circles to get your driving's license. I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, I'm on that one right now.
damn, I was like, that is impossible. And then I just didn't like, I just kept walking around town, kept, flying the planes, doing the usual San Andreas things that I used to do as a kid, but I would not do the missions until one point, where I was like, yo, that's it. I need to actually download the game and pass it, like completely. Um, and I told
And
myself
you
not.
did it.
And yeah, I told myself I'm not gonna use the Hesoyam cheat, which gives you money.
Hmm.
I don't know if I used the cheat for infinite health though. That might have been it. Because for some reason I just always get like mauled by whoever. Like even the first mission when you get on the bicycle and the guys are chasing you with the guns, I would just get shot there. Like
How?
no idea, I would just die in there. But yeah, but then when it came to do that driver's license mission, I remember just driving and then I got the gold or whatever. And I was like, wait a minute, was that so simple? How is that so easy? And then I just realized, yeah, because I must have played that game like 7 years ago, and I was like so young, and I wouldn't even understand like how to drive the car. And now, because I was like had more experience playing, maybe even other GTA's. It's like, oh, makes sense. Um, I don't know. It's fun. Games are cool. These bigger
Yeah,
productions spend much time and effort and all that.
I had a problem with a mission in Vice City, the one with the helicopter where you need to plant bombs. I remember when I was first playing it, I would constantly die, you know, I would lose, something would set on fire. And I asked my uncle to pass it for me, and yeah, he did. You know, I was little.
Lol.
Yeah, and then I played it recently, and it's like it's not that easy, but it's, you know, it's manageable. It's okay.
Damn,
Not
I do
bad.
remember. I have no idea what game it was. I remember it was just some formula racing from like long time ago. I'd be so small I could barely press the W key, but I'd be playing that game like religiously. My mom would be sitting and then she would be driving, and I'd be like pressing the W key. We'd be winning races and stuff. God damn it. Yeah, games are games are interesting. You see, retro games are still a thing. They keep going.
Yeah, you know, and the aesthetic is back, so maybe the games will become even more famous and popular. We'll see.
Vice City
Vice City, yeah,
aesthetic.
not San
What's it called?
Andreas.
The aesthetic. Um,
I don't know.
it's got a name, I think. Mm, I forget.
80s vibes. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, you see
Um,
Cyberpunk doing all the
Vaporwave. That's it.
oh Vaporwave. Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, it's actually been 45 minutes almost. Chill chat. Enjoy the conversation. It's a memory lane. This GTA San Andreas again. I think it defined who I am because I grew up with it, and I played so much of it, and we'd just like talk about it with friends because that's the crap, and like
Yeah.
it's fun. But I feel like we're good. Thanks for joining.
Oh, no problem. Oh, I could talk, you know, for hours. I have so many silly stories. I don't know if you're interested.
Hell yeah. Do
Um,
you, do you have anything more about the San Andreas in particular, or like is it?
yeah, you know, I only got into San Andreas recently, so it's like it doesn't make sense. But you know, just life stories. I don't know. Perhaps someone relates to this. Um, when I was little, I used to love to have, you know, the highest wanted level and just to run from the cops. And my dad was actually a cop, and he would get mad at me whenever I was shooting at the police, and I was like, what the hell? And I literally got yelled at for shooting at the police. And
God
I was
damn
like,
it.
what? Yeah, I would never get this, but like my favorite activity, how to annoy your dad, 101. Perhaps
Oh
someone will find this
God.
useful.
I mean, I do know one friend whose parents saw violence in the game. Just literally came up to the computer, took the CD out, and snapped it in half in front of him.
Hmm?
They were
Oh,
just
what?
like, nah, dog, you ain't playing this stuff. And yeah, and my dad would come up to me and like ask, like, oh, is this how you're gonna drive in real life? I'm like, no, it's a game. I driving with a keyboard. It's hard to control and stuff. I would be like hitting lampposts. But the funny thing is, I would only be hitting lampposts when he would come. He would come into the room just to look what I'm doing, and I would just start accidentally like hitting lampposts because I'm nervous. Like, oh, I'm trying to do my
Yeah.
best, like my sketch GTA San Andreas driving and all that. Damn, dude.
I remember my friend was telling me about GTA, and I can't remember which one it was at the time, but I was little, and I think he told me about the strip clubs in the game and stuff. And so when I was talking to my mom, I think, and I was trying to explain like what the game is, so she would get me the game or something. I was like, so there's like these strip clubs in the game, but I won't go near them. I promise. So she probably would have
Yo.
never known about them if I hadn't mentioned. But yeah,
But I don't know what's about these games and, you know, when you're little, what's the appeal with, all the sexual stuff? Because when my friend got me this game, she was like, "Oh, my classmate told me, that there are hookers there." Oh my God. Like, what? Why would that matter?
Because that's the
Well,
shit you can't get it in real life, right?
Well, I didn't have internet back then, so I guess that's why.
Hmm. Yeah, well, it's like, yeah, I guess in a sense, like just because we discussed of what the appeal of the game itself is, it's like, yeah, it's real life, and you don't really have many consequences, right?
And
Whatever
like
happens,
for us, there are memories like related to the game.
yeah, like you can do whatever. I used to use that rocket thing, um, that freaking rocket jetpack. Here we go. That's the
Oh,
used to use the jetpack in San Andreas. I'd try to avoid using it because I'd be like, nah, that's like legit cheating. but like, I was just like, I don't know, like fly over the fence with it to the other to the other city because you can't. Wait, can you swim? I think you could
yeah, you
swim to the
can.
other one, but
Yeah, I swam to that.
hmm.
yeah. I think that was actually one of the earlier games. I think that was the thing that they capitalized on and focused on, which was getting the wanted level and trying to escape and stuff. I think they
Hmm.
noticed that people really liked that from the first one, and they really focused on that in the second one as well. So that's probably one of the things that people do like the game for.
But that is fun.
Yeah,
Also, the policemen, like in Vice City, all of them look the same, but
Mm.
in San Andreas, they look differently in
I
every
think
city.
was it in Vice City that you could get tanks as well from
Yeah,
the army. Yeah,
yeah. There's a
that
cheat
was
code too.
yeah, fun.
Meanwhile, you think about Cyberpunk and how police just spawns behind you. Literally, you can get yourself stuck in a balcony up on like the ceiling, well, on the roof rather, somewhere, and no one can ever come close to you. But if you turn around, a policeman just spawns and shoots you. It's like that is unpolished, really uh, heavily crunched game. They, I think, a bit either overscoped or I don't actually know what happened with Cyberpunk, but I enjoyed the story. But it was, the city did not feel as alive as GTA San Andreas. Like not nearly as alive for some reason. Even though they have like street markets and like people, but then again, you shoot into the sky, do a 360, and everyone disappears.
Mm.
Because for some reason, that's how it works. That's how NPCs work. They just vanish if you don't look at them.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like it takes away from the the immersion, and that's why like San Andreas it even feels even more kind of.
the bugs are actually quite fun as well. In GTA 4, there was a bug. I don't know if you guys played it much. It was called the Death Swing or the Swing of Death, and there was
Oh,
a
dude,
yeah.
I used to freaking do that so much. I
So
don't
you
know.
would align with a swing at like a play park with a car or something, and you would back into it, and it would just launch you across the map. And so you would
Yeah.
just do that over and over, so you could go the farthest.
I would get squished into the wall, close to the somewhere close to the swing itself. But I would try to see if the car could handle it and drive afterwards, because it's like
Yeah.
these games, they don't have the best damage models and stuff.
Mm-mm.
Uh, they're not aiming to have it because obviously it's a freaking role play game where cars is not something that you just use it as a tool. It's not like BeamNG where BeamNG Drive, let's say, where the game is based on like real physics and all sorts of like making a car getting destructed and stuff. Um, but yeah, I would still try to destroy it as much as possible, and would just see the car like being all crooked and driving sideways and stuff. Damn. Yeah,
But
I
there are
know.
many bugs, and people, are using them in every game for speedrunning, for everything.
Mm-hmm.
True. Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine. That's quite a game. There's the boat launch. There's a bug where you can, if you time ketamine and running and into the boat. Do you guys know that game?
No.
No.
No. That's quite a game. That's quite a game. Um, but yeah, all sorts of. Yeah, I don't think I would want to speed. For some reason, I just don't play like speedrunnable titles, or rather, just I would not want to speedrun myself. I don't find like, because I know I'll be slower than I will for sure be slower when it comes to competitive games. I think again, I think this aspect which we talked about, why it's the game is so appealing, because it's single player and you can experience it as much as you want, as fast or as slow as you
Yeah,
like.
but for some, this competition
No,
factor is
absolutely,
actually very important. And
absolutely.
then, you need practice. Then you might get as fast as, someone at the top.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. The game allows it, right? So for me, let's say I would not want to like go and compete against someone in that. Therefore, when I play the game, it's at slow pace. I enjoy the sights and stuff. It serves both my needs and the guy who wants to like speedrun and stuff. Um, it's cool. It's cool how like I think they say about art pieces actually. They say a good art piece can be interpreted different ways, be it a poem
Yeah.
or I don't know, a book or movie or whatever it is, right? So it's kind of both interpreted, but at the same time, yeah, because I remember I would not get any of the ads that happen in the game's radio. I would just listen to them, and I would be like, you know, uh,
Mm, yeah.
uh, so wait, I'm trying to think of this one specific one. Oh yeah, the guy who talks about the rich people being the yin and then poor people being the yang.
Oh,
Like we need
yeah.
you and stuff. I would never understand it, right? But then now that I'm, more more capable of understanding English, right? I'll just be like, "Oh, that's so funny. How did I never get this, you know?"
Yeah, the same thing, for me was in the Vice City. There are so many sexual games, like you would never get it. Like Rusty, what is it? Mm, oh, okay, I forgot. Whatever. But
Mhm.
there are many that, when you're a kid, you're playing the game and it's like, it's okay, it's fun. And then, okay, that was it.
Mm. Yeah, it's like they add these kind of. And again, I think this serves the timelessness debate kind of. There are these things added into the game, but let's say back in the day when you would ship a CD, right? I would imagine even the
Mhm.
software quality had to be like on point. Because if you ship a game in a CD like San Andreas, someone buys the CD and they play it, you can't just like make them over the air update on Steam because they play the game from CD, right?
Yeah.
And whatever you add, you can't just, be like, okay, it's been 2 years since launch, let's add some Easter eggs so to freshen up the game or something. You need to literally like come up with everything before a time, and it's crazy. The guys were like geniuses, honestly. Like it's cool how they're able to manage such a huge scale project with all sorts of things working together, car mechanics, shooting, missions, people, radios, and all that, right? Um,
Yeah.
these days, meanwhile, you have freaking social platforms barely able to send text messages and without like lagging and crashing your browser and stuff. Like it's crazy how like software quality has degraded.
Well, perhaps it needs just, it's for a different use.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not downplaying, not saying that, like, Facebook's, let's say, Facebook's code base is crap and stuff. Obviously, it has a lot of features. Most of them are just, obviously, all of them kind of tracking and and other stuff, right? But yeah, when they create an application which takes like 2 seconds to load a page, let's say, and then you have a game where 60 times per second physics
Yeah.
calculations happen, disk operations like saving, loading, all sorts of stuff. Like, yeah, it's mental.
And then there were those games where you needed like 4 CDs just to install the game.
True.
And you would only have 2. Oh well.
I'd be like, oh damn, please insert CD3. Like, oh wait, what?
Yeah. They scanned me.
I remember lending one of my games to a friend, and then the damn CD came scratched as hell. I was like, dude, you can't play this game without a CD. What did you do? He's like, well. I
Play
was
the
like,
game.
come on, man. Yeah, you have to have because that's some DRM stuff, right? Your computer asks for your CD to be inserted before you can play. And then I lent him my CD. He played it a bit, and he scratched the CD. And when he gave back, I couldn't play the game anymore myself because it was so scratched. So, like, goddamn CDs.
Shit. I think that's how I stopped playing GTA 5. My CDs got scratched, yeah.
Really, you had GTA 5 on CD? Oh wait, what? Didn't GTA 5 need like 2 CDs or something?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Damn,
Maybe.
dude. This digital distribution age is revolutionizing it all, having Steam. Let's say again, now my boys are like setting up Valheim currently. I managed to launch a server on my dedicated server for this Valheim game, and it's like all the distribution is online, right? Just pay money, swipe your credit card, visually speaking, and that's it. Your game is already on your hard drive because it's been downloading the whole time you were paying or whatever. So it's like times changed.
Where do you think it's
Yeah.
going? Do you think there'll be a revolution of NFTs, blockchain, that you can actually hold a unique copy that you can resell to somebody else that's digital? Because NFTs are blowing up right now. Non-fungible tokens.
Yeah.
I am very skeptical.
Wouldn't be good for business, would it?
I mean, imagine if you could just like have the first copy or the first build, or you just mint builds of the game somehow. Because let's say if you're creating some sort of a physical project or product rather, right? You make a car, and your car is gonna have the launch numbers or whatever, serial numbers, or not even. I think it's serial numbers of like car 0001 and then car 0002, right? So you could theoretically, I mean, that's what happened with Jack Dorsey when he minted the first tweet that ever happened in Twitter. Don't know how he's if he sold it or whatever, but I know that he minted it and they were selling it. So I would imagine with the games, especially with like more indie games and the digital distribution, you could just kind of mint like some, I don't know, like a.
Well, H3 sold their gold NFT for 33 Ethereums. So.
Oh boy, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. They were
50
literally the
grand or
whole time
something.
they were selling. They were talking how they don't get it. People were still buying, and people called in and tried to explain them. What are NFTs? What's the value? And they were like, Well, okay, anyway, suit yourself.
Freaking geniuses in that. Wow.
Yeah, they made a lot of money, a ton of money.
That's true though. Like it's crazy how it's crazy how, some people value things and some I wonder what happened with those NFTs. Where did they come from? Is it because that everyone's locked in at home, with their computers and the quarantine is all that, and they just
Yeah,
programmers just.
one graphic designer tried to like explain a little. So yeah, basically artists want to sell their art because everything's online now. They are
Mhm.
drawing online, and no one is making like a painting. Well, someone of course is, but
Mhm.
usually they are like drawing online, and they want to sell that one and only copy, and that's how I guess.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, because I mean, you can still sell stock images, or you can kind of like make your drawing and sell copies of it, but like it's not unique. It's not the same. Well, it's not that exact object and stuff.
Yeah, well, it might be unique until people copy it, and
Yeah,
you have no way of proving it is yours. Like you've
Yeah.
got the original or whatever. Until you've got like the history of the transaction in a block, I assume that's how it works. No, I've not looked
Yeah,
into
but
it.
I wonder what happens if the person gets hacked, for example. Um, or I don't know. There are a lot of questions there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like somebody can burgle your house as well, so
Yeah,
and digitally.
yeah.
So there's some risk always.
Yeah, we'll see where this takes us. I've heard today that supposedly Alex Jones was gifted like 10,000 Bitcoin or something.
Why?
Whoa, what? Yes.
Well, because he's him, and then he lost the hard drive and stuff.
Oh,
It's back in the day,
How long
you know.
ago? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say 10,000 Bitcoin right now would be.
I was
Yes,
watching.
you'd be
I've been
balling.
watching Casey Neistat videos, and I'm just tuning into anything, like any video. There was a video from 2015 where a person was talking about bitcoins, and I was like, I never even thought what a bitcoin is back then.
Hmm.
And it's so odd. It probably cost like I don't know, a dollar,
It's
$10.
yeah, I remember watching videos when Bitcoin was around $400 when people were say
Yeah.
like, "Oh, look at this! We're coming up to this machine, and we're buying a Bitcoin for like $800 or $400." And I'm like, "Oh, they're buying some virtual money with money. What is virtual money, right?" Then now you just realize that it's booming. Like it's crazy. I think Bitcoin's original price was like 0.0.
It
Let's
was a
see.
couple like
Let's see. So Bitcoin's actually opening price was $0.0008. So
Wow.
if you, for example, I don't know, put like $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, you would have 100. I mean, wait. Let's see what $1,000 of Bitcoin would yield you today. You would have more money than Bill Gates, kind of.
50 million. What?
$67 billion.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
what?
Did you do that right? Wait, 1,000 Bitcoin, you said?
No, if you put $1,000 into Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
I think it would have been a little bit too big of a risk at first.
How many Bitcoins would
So-
that? I don't think there would have been enough Bitcoins for that then.
I have no idea.
Mm,
That would
yeah.
actually be 1,250,000 Bitcoin.
Okay, so at the time, I wonder if that many have been mined already. So probably not. But I would say if you're like an information security expert, researcher, or whatever, and you read the Bitcoin paper, if you didn't buy a few Bitcoins at that point, I wouldn't trust you on any of your expertise today. The idea clearly is revolutionary.
Yeah,
the guy solved the problem of like major problems of online digital transactions. So
the CHOAM electronic cash thing, right? Or what is it?
what,
David
Bitcoin?
CHOAM is credited. What is he credited for? Credited as the inventor of secure digital cash in 1982. A cryptographic primitive of blind signature. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. He founded DigiCash.
And then
Nice.
some anonymous person came along, released a paper on Bitcoin paper.
Bitcoin was created in 2009. Really? Holy hell, dude.
We don't know who created it. It's quite something.
Nakamoto was created when Nakamoto mined the starting block of the chain, known as the Genesis block.
We don't know who it is in like real life.
Wait, supply
Don't know his
limit is
identity.
21 million bitcoins.
Yeah. We're getting there.
That is freaking interesting, dude. It's like, yeah, I mean, now even Teslas you can buy a Tesla for a Bitcoin, you know? It's like, and Elon says he's not going to sell it, right? So
That definitely gives it a lot more value and stability.
yeah.
Back in the day, some people bought pizza with Bitcoin,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
for
that guy,
Bitcoin.
oh my God,
That
that guy
literally
spent
cost like
so much.
$60,000.
I think he had a YouTube channel and he's not uploaded for a while, so you can only imagine what happened.
It was a very expensive pizza.
Yeah, that was the guy actually paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 Papa Johns. So 10,000 Bitcoin again to USD, that would be 13.
50 mil.
Wait, what is this? GBP. Yeah, that would be like 13.
Or
Wait, oh, I'm typing stupid things. So he bought pizza for $600 million, pretty much.
yeah. So
Expensive.
one more zero.
But you know, there was a very good point somewhere that, you know, you could have bought Bitcoin, you know, at that price, but would you have kept it up until now?
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
know,
the thing. You
someone was
gotta
selling
hold,
pizza.
you know?
Perhaps you were, you know, short on money, and you were like, but I have Bitcoin, I can buy pizza now. Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, it seemed useless perhaps. You know, I just have it. Well, it does
That's
nothing.
true, though. I mean, you go on Binance currently, you look at other cryptocurrencies and everything, you just realize, like, damn, there's so many of them. Every single one is a project.
Yeah.
Every single one has a story, history, website, team behind it. And, you know, it could be, any of these could be the new Bitcoin or whatever, but
Yeah. That's why
how would you know,
best
right?
to bet in all of them. And then hopefully, because you have to think about it, all of them are kind of introducing something unique, a unique technology to the whole crypto
Yeah.
game. And I assume we're just going to have a few cryptocurrencies or that have different purposes or have different uses. But blockchain in general, I think, is going to take over everything.
Yeah, most likely. I just wonder how they're gonna make sure that there is no inflation. Because, you know, it might
Yeah,
happen.
like you have to regulate the value and
Yeah.
at least kind of attach the value to real life, right? Because if you have a
Yeah.
car and you buy let's say now, what is the value of Bitcoin, right? People kind of manufacture the value, right? It's attached. Well, what is it attached to? It's attached to what people buy and sell and stuff. Now we're getting more validity in this coin. Let's say Tesla Bitcoin,
Reference to
right?
Elon, yeah.
So let's say now Elon says, you know, how much is a Tesla worth, you know, and then the value of Bitcoin should kind of like represent what, like eventually it has to even out, right? It has to even out somehow.
Yeah. And it's very easy to like make it seem like your money is, like you don't have any money, especially during the tax season, so to say.
I
Um,
think
if
they're
you,
introducing tax on crypto.
yeah, but
I'm pretty
at the
sure.
moment there's no tax, so basically,
Right.
Yeah.
if someone has a lot of money,
Yeah.
perhaps that's a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah, there's huge
Totally.
gas fees currently on Ethereum if you want to, but Ethereum is not supposed to be a cryptocurrency that you use for payments and transactions.
Mhm.
But if you want to, like, I still have like $10 worth of Ethereum in one of the wallets and I wanted to transfer it. So the gas fees are 80%. So if I want to get $2 on the other end, I need to put in $10 of my Ethereum. So I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna keep it, right? Because
Wow.
it's mental. If you want to get $2 out, you need to pay 8. But I think it's just because it's a low value thing. Like it's not a percentage, but rather if I had like 1 million worth of Ethereum, I would still pay like $100, and that would not be as big of a deal. But now for some reason it's I don't know. I don't know much about gas fees, but there's some crap happening. I think they're trying to lower it in June or whatever. But again, if you wanna do something, look into Bitcoin and other stuff. And again, this is not financial advice by any means. Totally disclaimer. We don't know nothing about this, so if anyone's
Never even
listening,
heard of this.
they haven't heard of it. So if you are interested in all this, do your own research, etc.
Yes.
Other than
Think
that, I don't know. Yeah,
it's timeless.
it's timeless. Yeah, we'll see what
It's,
happens.
it
It's like you have
connects
to
to the
hold
topic.
in. Sorry.
It connects to the topic.
Yeah, in a sense, it does. It is like someone created the. So unless, let's say Bitcoin, right? Unless what is it like? They need to shut off like the whole grid of miners in order to destroy it or something. Like so, unless this happens, it's just gonna keep going. Like you know, it's just gonna keep going. Yeah, I know a guy who has created, and we're looking into maybe eventually making our own cryptocurrency or our own project, a DeFi project, NFT or whatever it is, right? Some sort of a technology project with the guys, and it's interesting. It's pretty much funding. You get your company funded by the internet, and people
Yeah.
were willing to participate in your initial coin offering instead
Just don't
of.
forget to leave the fee. H3 they got the initial fee, but if someone is reselling, they're never getting anything more.
Mm. Yeah, because so you set up when you're minting, yes, but that is an NFT. What I mean is rather just
Oh,
creating a business or a project,
oh yeah.
which would utilize the technology and would create its own cryptocurrency. Let's say I don't know, just call it like Acorns or something, and then boom, the project itself is like trying to clear out the forests of like electric waste or whatever, I don't know, by utilizing AI. And then you would do an initial coin offering, which would pretty much allow people to buy into your stock, which is the tokens, which is the cryptocurrency itself. So it's cool how, you can fund things like that.
Yeah.
It's more accessible these days because otherwise you would need to create a company, make it public, get the stocks to be traded, etc. So, yeah,
It sounds very interesting.
yeah, it's quite a thing. It's quite a thing looking into it all. Um, just need to work on it and like find a good project and all that stuff. Other than that, it's been quite an episode. Enjoy the chill chat.
Yeah.
I'll have to head. Thanks, Oscar, and
Thank you.
thanks, Laura, for joining us. I hopefully gonna catch up with you in some other episode eventually in the future too. Maybe once you're done with the masters and stuff, you can
For
share your
Sure.
thoughts.
Sure. We can definitely do
Definitely.
it.
That'd be very interesting to have as an episode.
Yeah, I'll probably be at least done with my bachelor's thing, so like a reflection on how it went. Cool.
Yeah, I'm
And
down. We can do it.
deal. For everyone else who's listening, thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking through with this long episode. Chill. Catch you all next week.
See you.